Across the expansive farmlands of northeast Arkansas, we find a desert of flatlands for agriculture. Urban society seems like a myth across the dunes of levees and caravans of tractors plowing the fields. As we journey across this vast expanse of monotonous farmland, a shape appears in the horizon. This shadowy figure materializes as we head west. The farmland gradually transitions into pavement and developed towns. The looming figure in the distance emerges from its blurred shape and reflects radiant beams of light from the sun above as well as the water below. The Memphis Pyramid serves as a beacon of urbanized Memphis to the surrounding Mississippi River Delta. Like the pyramids of Giza, the Memphis Pyramid serves as a monument to human architecture in the middle of an area of monotonous countryside. The Memphis Pyramid, also referred to as the Great American Pyramid, allowed Memphis, Tennessee to link itself to its Egyptian namesake through its magnificent monument to the people of the Nile. It is an exact 60% scale version of the Great Pyramid of Cheops, according to Larry Giffis. The pyramid arose from the need for a new sporting arena in the late 1980s and early 1990s. Managed and funded by former Denver Nuggets owner Sidney Schlinker, the Memphis Pyramid was intended to host 20,500-seat arena with museums and restaurants. Schlinker was quoted as saying, "It is going to mean to this city what the Eiffel Tower means to Paris and what the Statue of Liberty means to New York, and probably more than the Liberty Bell means to Philadelphia." The Memphis Pyramid is roughly 321 feet tall and runs 591 feet along each of the four base walls. A structure this large in an urban society surely caused a stir within the city. Here is former Memphis resident Missy Murray on the impact of the pyramid.
All right, what did it mean to the city of Memphis to have such an iconic piece of artwork?
You know, the Great American Pyramid, which is what it was first called, and then they changed it to the pyramid when they had to change people who were actually doing the building and the financing. Um, it it was really thought about to help Memphis State have a place to play basketball.
Mm-hmm.
And I can remember them having all kinds of meetings, and the public was invited in to have their say on it. And I went to one or two of those, and it was the general consensus to do the pyramid because they thought that would be a good eye catcher, a good representation of Memphis. Of course, it was named after an ancient city in Egypt, and the pyramids and everything, and it was a great idea. And I don't think the city of Memphis knew the space that it would need, the time that it would take, and the cost
Mm-hmm.
of it until it was actually being built.
Mm-hmm.
And but it kind of made everybody interested and excited about the downtown area of Memphis because there were some other projects going on at the same time, Mud Island, Harbortown, things like that. And but it kind of put a little excitement in reviving the downtown area, which really had gone down.
Mm-hmm. How were the lives of the people changed during the construction of the pyramid?
It took so long. I remember the groundbreaking, and they had this big, huge shovel that they
Mm-hmm.
dropped from a helicopter, and everybody was so excited. And that was the last year that I lived in Memphis, and it was just kind of like, yay, it's going to finally happen, and all that kind of stuff. And then we saw the people dragging their feet, and they didn't put it where I thought, and a lot of other people thought they should put it. They put it down
Right.
closer to the river on like a mud slab or something instead of up where you could actually, see it from all over downtown area. Um, and there was
They,
just a lot of yeah about it.
yeah, they'd originally thought to put it where the FedEx Forum was. That was the
Exactly.
spot.
Down near the Memphis Light Gas and Water building,
Mm-hmm.
which is down there also near the Orpheum.
Mm-hmm.
That was the area where they had just gone through some renovations to the Orpheum. They were trying to bring people downtown, and yeah, rumor had it that someone got a lot of money in their pocket
Mm-hmm.
for the land where they ended up putting it.
Right. Was there a noticeably larger tourist attraction in downtown Memphis after the pyramid opened?
Mud Island was already going strong, and then about 2004, 2005, it kind of sank a little bit. Cook Convention Center had been renovated. The Orpheum had been. The Pyramid, it just had a bad start. It was not properly built in many respects. The Grizzlies couldn't play there well. They built FedEx Forum for them. There was just a lot of controversy on that. Coming from Arkansas into Memphis, I'm always proud to see the pyramid because I remember when it was built. I've been in it many times. It just kind of makes you proud. Coming from Tennessee into Arkansas, you don't really see the pyramid. You really don't if you're on I-40. If you're on I-55, you miss it totally. I really think it should have been placed in a different area where it would have been seen and would have been a better PR piece of land.
All right. Thank you. That's all I need.
You're welcome.
The pyramid has numerous visually appealing features that attribute to the overall artistic quality of this man-made landmark. The pyramid has a glass medium that causes light to reflect off its glass panels. The reflection of light from the sky and the Mississippi River below creates a glow that seems to highlight the pyramid against the backdrop of downtown Memphis riverfront. The pyramid is also home to the United States' largest freestanding elevator. This 28-story glass elevator leads to a restaurant on top of the pyramid. There are many viewing decks around the pyramid that allow people to view Memphis from 300 feet in the air. This restaurant offers patrons a chance to spend time in the overall beauty of the view from the iconic landmark from the city of Memphis. The main intention for the Memphis Pyramid was to host sporting events that would seat 20,500 people. Starting in 1991, the Memphis Pyramid hosted the Memphis University Tigers basketball team and the Memphis Grizzlies of the NBA. The so-called Pyramid Arena also played host to the Memphis Pharaohs Arena football team from 1995 to 1996. Unfortunately, this team went a combined 6-21 during its tenure in Memphis, including an 0-14 campaign in 1996. The Pharaohs were abruptly shipped out to Portland before the following 1997 season. The Grizzlies and Tigers also eventually left the pyramid in 2004 for the newly built FedEx Forum near Beale Street in downtown Memphis. A piece of construction this monumental is not without its criticisms and controversies. According to Frank Murtaugh of the Memphis Flyer, the pyramid experienced a rocky start to its residency in Memphis. The toilets flooded on opening night, and a fake bomb threat besmirched the reputation of the pyramid. Concerts and major events were made difficult due to the poor acoustics of the building. As sports teams fled to more suitable arenas in the mid-2000s, the city of Memphis was left to either find a way to properly showcase this architectural masterpiece or generate revenue through some other means. Depending on who you ask, they may have accomplished both in 2014. The Great American Pyramid now rests on the banks of Mud Island as a Bass Pro Shops outlet store. Memphis taxpayers were begrudgingly roped into a deal in which they were responsible for the $31 million renovations. These renovations included the observation deck, a luxury hotel, and a replica swamp area for the retail area. Memphis hopes this megastore could draw an increase to its tourism. Many citizens are skeptical of this attempt to draw attention to an iconic building through commercialization. As discussed earlier, the Memphis Pyramid is a 60% representation of the Great Pyramid of Cheops. Also known as the Great Pyramid of Giza, the Pyramid of Cheops shares some similarities and differences to the Memphis Pyramid. Both pyramids were built to be a part of a grand area. Cheops was included with two other huge pyramids at Giza, while the Memphis Pyramid is incorporated in the Mud Island community. Both also are placed along rivers like the Nile and the Mississippi. The Memphis Pyramid is constructed from glass and metal, while Cheops is made of sandstone. Cheops was also intended to be a sacred tomb lined with traps to dissuade intruders, while the Memphis Pyramid was intended to draw people in and host many spectacular events. The dream of Sidney Schlenker and contractors of the Rosser International Group, who were in charge of the creation of the glorified Egyptian-themed auditorium, may not have been fully realized in the many years since the opening of the pyramid in the early 1990s, but the Great American Pyramid remains a visually pleasing addition to the skyline of Memphis. Riddled in controversial political and economic issues, the Pyramid of Mud Island has had its reputation dragged through the mud and back, and advantageous commercial entities have moved into the place of sports teams who seemingly experienced an uptick in success on the court after they escaped the clutches of the pyramid. Is the Memphis Pyramid cursed? Or was it just a once brilliant idea of grandeur that was conceived in an environment in which success was near impossible? Regardless of how you answer these questions, one thing remains as certain as the sun setting on the city of the Mississippi. The Memphis Pyramid has become an iconic link between the Memphian people of Tennessee and the Memphian people of the Old Kingdom of ancient Egypt. My name is Braden Brown, and thank you for watching my video on the Memphis Pyramid.